Hi, my name's Mark Kempster. I'm a lived experience gambling advocate who battled addiction for a fair chunk of my life. And I just want to talk to you all today about the last 2 years trying to fight for gambling reform. Now we're coming up to the 2 year anniversary of the Murphy Report being handed down and share my thoughts on where we are now and what we can do moving forward. So I gave my evidence to the Murphy Report in February 2023. It was a really big day for me to go and do that at the time. It was the first time I'd really felt like any government had decided to listen to people like myself who have had their lives ruined to an extent by the gambling industry. And then 2 years ago, the Murphy Report was handed down, and it was such an amazing piece of legislation that Peter Murphy worked on. It really felt like we were being listened to, and our needs and the harm that this industry has caused was being taken seriously. Yet here we are, 2 years later, and nothing has been done. The government has decided to kick this down the road every time they've had a chance to do something. We had a Prime Minister who stood up at Peter Murphy's funeral and said he will do everything he could to try and remember her legacy and honour her legacy. I don't know where that's gone. He hasn't done anything like that in the last 2 years. All we've had is a government who have continually passed the buck to other places, have laid blame other places, and told us they've done amazing amounts of work when that's just not the case. The main part of the Peter Murphy report was to ban gambling advertising. It is the number one issue that anyone I speak to who I sponsor and support now to try and get through their addictions tell me that they still have an issue with. They feel they are trapped by an industry at the moment and they can never get away from it. I've had people who I've supported who have taken their lives because they feel like they are trapped by the gambling industry and the advertising they are subjected to every day. It doesn't matter where they go. They can't look at social media. They can't watch the news. They can't watch TV with their family at night time. They can't take their dog for a walk down the road without seeing billboards with gambling advertising plastered everywhere. It is an epidemic we are going through at the moment, and the government has turned a complete blind eye to the harm gambling advertising has done in this country over the last 4 to 5 years. For me, I'm one of the lucky ones who can stand here in front of you today and be able to talk to you about the harm that gambling advertising has had on me, but it's not the case for a lot of people. A lot of people in this country never get to this point where they can stand up and speak about the harm this industry is doing to people. I still every day, even though I'm in recovery, have to try and manage myself to avoid gambling advertising. I have to change the way I watch sport, and sport's something I've grown up with and loved all my life. I've played football and every other sport I could think of when I was young, and I've had to change the way I watch sport just because of the fear of what gambling advertising might do to me and my recovery. And for someone in recovery, it's hard enough, let alone someone else who's still battling an addiction. The Murphy Report needs to be implemented now. A government cannot wait another month or another year or another 2 years like they have done now to action anything in that report. If they are serious about tackling gambling harm in this country, the time is now.